Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here and welcome to beautiful Mira Mesa and right here on Gold Coast Drive. My name is Chris Cate. I'm the council member for District 6 for the next 24 days. Today, I'm joined by our Mayor Todd Gloria, Councilmember-Elect, and my good friend Kent Lee, who will soon represent this district. Barry Vaz, a fantastic community leader and president of the Mira Mesa Town Council, as well as Rania Ahmed, our Director of Engineering and Capital Projects Departments. We are here to celebrate the launch of a long-awaited reconstruction project that will benefit the residents along Gold Coast Drive and the daily travelers on the street for years to come. As you can see, this busy street behind us needs a lot of work. Day after day, thousands of San Diegans travel down this bumpy road, enduring unnecessary wear and tear to their vehicles. After years of advocacy, in 2021, I worked with Mayor Gloria and my council colleagues on the City Council to secure $13 million to fully reconstruct Gold Coast Drive between Parkdale Avenue and Thanksgiving Lane. Today, we're here to announce the next steps in this project. Over the course of the next year, residents along Gold Coast Drive can expect the work to be completed in 4 main phases, starting with our storm drain system, which includes the installation of storm drain pipes, cleanouts, and inlets, followed by phase 2, which is concrete surface improvements, such as curb ramps, cross gutters, replacement of damaged sidewalk, and bus pads. Phase 3 includes permanent stormwater best management practices through the installation of modular wetland systems within project drainage management areas. And finally, phase 4, which is pavement reconstruction, which will utilize the full depth reclamation method and slurry seal. Between contractors, paperwork, and regulations, it takes a while to see the physical results. But I can assure you, the city has been working to move forward with this project for many, many months. As you can see behind us, utility relocations have already begun. Over the next month and a half, the community can expect to see various crews performing monument perpetuation, utility markouts, potholing, and water main highlining, which may include temporary service disruptions and minor traffic control setup. Construction will begin in earnest the first week of January, so Gold Coast residents, please keep an eye out for flyers and door hangers with additional information in December. But 1 year from now, this street will be brand new. For such a major reconstruction project such as this one, we ask residents for their patience. On our end, we will keep you updated frequently and to the best of our ability and encourage you all to keep us accountable. If folks ever have questions, please know that the Council District 6 office is an available resource to you. My friend and Councilmember-Elect Kent Lee is here today because he knows how important this project is, and I know he will continue to advocate for this community. The residents of Mira Mesa have waited a long time to fix the street. I drive it myself almost daily and am quite familiar with all the bumps along the way. Today, I firmly believe this is the worst street in San Diego, but in a year's time, that will no longer be the case. As I close out my term on the City Council in the coming weeks, I'm immensely grateful and proud to finally fix Gold Coast Drive. This project is a testament to the leadership and vigilance of this community, and rest assured, I'll be keeping a close eye on its progress. With that, I'd like to invite Mayor Gloria, who has been a tremendous friend to the Mira Mesa community, up to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Council Member. Well, let me just say that you might want to ask yourself, why are we celebrating a road repair? It's because this community has waited so long to do it. and because this is not your normal road repair. We're doing far more than that. Road wasn't built right the first place, right? And what we're doing now is to do more than just throwing down some asphalt, but a truly proper deep repair. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I will also put this in some context. This seems to be Road Repair Week in the city of San Diego. We could use a few more weeks like that. Yesterday, the City Council took up our street preservation ordinance update, which will go a long way to making sure that there are fewer roads like Gold Coast Drive in the city of San Diego. And then now, of course, we're here today to kick off this major repair project. It wasn't that long ago that Councilmember Cate and I were here to announce that we had a plan to fund a multi-million-dollar reconstruction of Gold Coast and Parkdale. And Councilmember, I'm here to tell you that it was $13 million when we were here last. Inflation's real. It's about $15 million now. But Mayor Mesa deserves it because they've put up with this for far too long. I'm thrilled that we're here today to say that we're moving forward now, that the work that needed to be done between the appropriation of dollars and the ability to actually put some shovels in the ground has now been completed. That reconstruction will begin in earnest this January, although you already see some of our hardworking folks are already out here getting the prep work done today. I also am grateful that we can kick off this construction with Councilmember Cate. There's no way we could do it without him. There's clearly, obviously, this project would not happen without his leadership. I will tell you that this is no ordinary job, as I've mentioned. This is the first full reconstruction of a road in San Diego, and it lasts at least 10 years. In fact, our Assistant Director of Transportation, a gentleman named Gene Matter, told me recently his many decades with the city of San Diego, the only other road reconstruction he can remember is La Jolla Boulevard, and that was back in the 1990s. It tells you how derelict we've been in terms of repairing the roads, and of course, we're changing that now. What I'm basically trying to tell you is this is a very big deal, and not only because of the things that Councilmember Cate was talking about. He mentioned something called full depth pavement reclamation. Now, we need another acronym like we need a hole in the head, right? But let me tell you what that means. It means that we use less cement and water than conventional roadway rehabilitation. This method reduces the amount of truck traffic in the neighborhood to remove and replace existing failed pavement because we're going to recycle these materials on site rather than dispose of it. In short, that makes this project less expensive, although it's still pretty expensive, and more environmentally friendly. And again, less truck traffic, which as we try to work with the neighbors to minimize the impacts, that's a good thing. I want to thank Tri-City Construction for being our partner on this landmark project. We appreciate the partnership. And I want to acknowledge our city staff, in particular our transportation and engineering and capital projects departments for their hard work. Our entire city team is led by Eric Dargan, who is here today. We also have our Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Chris McFadden. And then we, of course, have Rania Amon, who is the leader of our ENCP department. And I see Jorge Riveros, is our transportation director, is also here. Basically, Mira Mesa folks, these are the guys and gals that know everything about it, so you might want to grab them afterward if you have any specific questions. I also want to point out this project required a great deal of coordination with our partners at SDG&E. I appreciate their partnership in making sure that we can get this project across the finish line. So let me just conclude by saying that this is only one example of what we're trying to do citywide. I mentioned the street preservation ordinance that advanced out of committee yesterday. My Ready to Rebuild budget, which was adopted earlier this year, is the largest infrastructure investment in the city's history. I'll repeat that again. We're putting our money where our mouth is. This isn't just saying infrastructure is a priority. We're making it a priority in our city budget, and this year's budget reflects that. That means that by next July, we will expect to have 60 miles of roadway repaired in the city of San Diego. That is double what we've done during the past 2 years, which is a very good thing. That means there'll be a lot more repair projects like Gold Coast and Parkdale across the city over the next number of months. I'm glad that the years of neglect are over and that we're finally getting some stuff done. With that, I will tell you I'm excited to be able to welcome this gentleman for the first time to a city podium with his new title. I know he will be a key partner in making sure we keep this momentum going and getting more stuff done for Mira Mesa, for Council District 6, and for the people of San Diego. Would you please welcome Councilmember-Elect Kent Lee. Kent?
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you to Mayor Gloria for the introduction. I'm actually very excited and honored to be here today with Mayor Gloria, with Councilmember Cate, with our Town Council President Barry Vaz, as well as all of the members of our community. I think we know just how significant today really is. Finally, the start to fixing Gold Coast Drive and Parkdale, which not only is one of the busiest thoroughfares here in Mira Mesa, but has been one of the longest awaited projects for a lot of residents in our community. You know, as the mayor mentioned, and something that I've certainly echoed at many of your doors, fixing our city's infrastructure must remain a priority. And it's more than just a desire to do the work. We know that in order to accomplish it, it requires a tremendous amount of organization, funding, advocacy, and attention. And as your incoming council member, I am committed to ensuring that we have dozens of other local roads that we know need critical attention, not to mention sidewalks, streetlights, and much more. And to our Mira Mesa community, but also to all of our residents throughout District 6, I want to assure you that I am committed to helping to fight and to advocate for you in the years ahead. I think, as we've also seen with this project, something of this size takes years and years to advocate and fight for. And to that end, I really want to take a moment to share my gratitude to my good friend, Councilmember Cate, for his years of advocacy in ensuring that this project was not only prioritized, but actually funded. And here we are seeing that work begin today. We both also know that this is just the beginning of the work. And this is just one, maybe two streets, and that we have a lot more work to do in the years ahead. And so I do want to end by also sharing that we'd only be here today thanks to the advocacy of a lot of our community leaders. So to Barry Voss, our town council president, Jeff Stevens, our planning group chair, Joe Frichtel, many others, with your advocacy, we're able to do projects like this. And I'm looking forward to working with you in the years ahead to making sure that that continues to be possible. With that said, I'm going to introduce Barry Voss, our Mira Mesa town council president.
Good morning. When I got the invitation to be here, I thought back to August 1st of 2008 when I first became a resident of Mira Mesa, and I remember that date for two reasons. The first is that's the day I chose to go get a driver's license in California and found out they were having a work slowdown at the DMV to protest rule changes and budget cuts. But the second thing I learned that day was that Gold Coast was not a street I wanted to drive on, even though I live within a couple of blocks. I go out of my way to avoid it. Over the years, we have fielded a lot of complaints about Gold Coast, and one thing that comes to mind and is said to me repeatedly every time someone's complaining about Gold Coast is, nobody cares about Mira Mesa downtown. They have ignored us. Nothing happens here. Our problems don't get fixed. Well, let me tell you, you've heard it said that this was going to happen, and today is the start. I want to thank Councilmember Cate for all of his work in making this come to be. I want to thank Mayor Todd Gloria for supporting him and helping him get this pushed through. And I also want to thank in advance Mayor Gloria and Councilmember-Elect Kent Lee for what they're going to do to continue to help us with the roads here in Mira Mesa. We can't say we're being ignored anymore because this is now one of the biggest road repair projects in San Diego history. As you heard, they had to go back to the 90s to find anything of this significance. So a year from now, approximately, Gold Coast is going to be converted from one of the worst roads in San Diego to one of the best. And we at the Town Council will be working with the city to keep you updated and share the information they provide to us on the progress of this project, and I hope to be out here a year from now with many of you to celebrate this beautiful new road. Thank you.
Well said, Barry. Well said, Barry. Thank you so much for your leadership here in Mira Mesa. So our message is very clear. Work is going to start soon. We ask for the public's patience. You've been very patient dealing with these substandard conditions. We ask for your patience a bit longer during construction, but I promise you on the back end of this, it'll be a very good thing for Mira Mesa. For the members of the media who are here, you have a number of residents who are present. We have a number of great city staff who are here to answer any questions that you may have. This is how it should work. Community residents identifying a problem, talented staff getting to work, elected officials doing their jobs, and everyone coming together to get something accomplished. And that's where I want to just end quickly. We are, as was mentioned, what'd you say? 24 days? 24 days from now, Councilmember Cate is going to go back to being Citizen Cate. And I will tell you that many of us will be missing him at City Hall. We've been able to work over the last 2 years, me as mayor and him as council member, but our friendship and our relationship goes back further than that. I would just want to say to the public that Chris Cate has been an exceptional member of the City Council. He has represented District 6 and the communities within it with extreme effectiveness. We have enjoyed having him at City Hall, and it's no surprise that we're here today. Just a couple days ago, we were out at Salk Elementary for the new joint use, I like to call them parks, the new park that we're going to build there. There are a multitude of projects we've been able to point to just in recent days that Councilmember Cate is helping to pull across the finish line, and we're going to miss him. And so, Chris, we will have a little token of gratitude here so that you know that your city appreciates you, that you're leaving the city better than you found it. You want to go ahead and open that up, sir?
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much.
As chair of the budget committee, you fixed a lot of streets, so you should at least have a street sign in your name. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure,
Yeah.
we'll do that. And we'll available for any questions one-on-one after this.
Everyone, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Thank you.
at the beginning of your statement, you were saying how it's been so long since this project, since the street has been repaired, and when it wasn't done correctly. Why, and how do you make sure it doesn't happen again like that?
Well, first off, it's the residents of Mira Mesa and Councilmember Cate who've told me over and over again this wasn't done when it was built the first time, the 70s, really a long time ago. And then as you've seen, the repairs that have been done have been minimal, just the small bits. But if it wasn't done right the first time, minor repairs are not going to get the job done. What we're talking about here is a $15 million full reconstruction. We're going to do it right, and it's going to last. And how do we prevent this from going forward? Well, a couple things. We've been updating our city policies to make sure that whether we resource projects correctly in terms of the budget, that we do that. When we make improvements, that we hold folks accountable who want to dig up these streets. That's the street preservation ordinance, and a lot of contractor accountability. We have a good contractor here with us, but our team here in engineering capital projects and transportation are here to keep an eye on that and make sure that there's oversight and that we hold folks accountable. Listen, this problem is not just here in Mira Mesa, sadly. It's all across the city. What we can do is to change the policies to make them better, put the resources behind it as we have with the budget, and then get the work done. I think San Diegans are fed up with people talking about stuff. They want to see stuff getting done. We're out here today saying project's going to start here shortly, and this is going to be the first of many. As I mentioned before, doubling the number of roads being repaired this year as compared to the last 2 fiscal years. We're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're not going to stop until we get the job done. All right. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for being here.